live. His channel's in the description. I appreciate if you guys would hop over there, give him a like, subscribe to his channel. We're gonna start a new series here. You know what I mean? Exposing these people to truthers and then the puppet masters. We're gonna be getting into it. We're not gonna be here long. I gotta work and we got stuff to do, but we'll be here at least probably about a couple hours, reacting to these guys' videos. David Wilcock and Yuval Noah Harari, people. So let me pull this up. So much love, everyone. So let me know when you're live, bro.
I'm live.
I'm
You
gonna
good?
say what's up. Shout out to TNT, Knight Rider, Sun Kissed, and so we want to turn this into a new series. There's a Telegram group that I just started last night. Scroll up. I'll put a link out there. I'll keep putting a link out there. Join us over there, and we want to do a new series. So any truthers, any of these other people like Yuval that you guys want us to look up and react to, like Tim Pool, Angry Prepper, people like that, let us know in the comment section. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be reacting to this. They need to be exposed. Shout out to Dustin, Chris J, Sunkissed, everybody. Much love. Thank you guys for joining. Simone's already sub, bro. Shout out to Live Free 73. Great to see you. Bronze is in the house. Bang Bang's in the house. There's no spoons in the house. Lapis Blues in the house. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna get right into it, people. Lego Rockstar is in the house. That's Millie Chips.
Yes,
Okay.
I was about to say that's Millie Chips. She said it yesterday. Much love, Millie. Yeah, real quick shout out to my chat. We got Bang Bang Mukbang. From your chat to my chat, we got Tiffany Johnson, Nicolette Moore, Sir Drop. What up? What up? We got Alexis. Much love to the family. Thank you guys for coming through. And yeah, we're gonna get in on this one. We're gonna give you guys some good reactions, so you guys what these truthers are talking about and the narrative they're trying to present, and how much faith other people put in these truthers, and they're leading you astray as well.
Yep. It's time to expose them. It's time to speak out. They're agents. This guy's an agent of the UN. It's a fact. The WEF. This guy is anti-human. And real quick, so the guy we had on, shout out to Singularity Resonance. We had him on yesterday. We had a panel discussion. We're going to be doing a part 2 of that, probably the day after tomorrow. So I want to continue that conversation to everyone out there. And if he's out there, much love to you. There's another side of the truth movement, the David Wilcock side, kind of like where he was, where they think that this whole AI upgrade, all this AI nanotech is actually a good thing. And we're going to be, it's just fantastic. So that's what we want to expose today. David Wilcock and this guy.
Facts.
All right. So just some, so you're live, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're gonna get right into it. We don't have a lot of time here. Shout out to everybody. So this guy here, real quick, this guy is a U to the N foot soldier, people. When you look at all these CEOs of these companies that's been reigned as heroes the last 2 years, if you know what I'm talking about, they're all in the same boat. They're all Israeli U to the N foot soldiers. When you do their research, you look into them. A lot of them, you can't see their bloodlines, this and that. This guy went to the Hebrew University of Jerusalem at the Jesus College, people. This guy, that's like the oldest college in. Anyways, you guys can do your research. I don't know if you guys don't know about this guy. Well, you better know. All right. This is a number one enemy of the people. Right, bro? Wow.
Yep. Number one enemy. Number one.
So we'll get right into the videos. We're going to show some videos of this guy right now, and we're going to get into David Wilcock, a New Ager. He plays right in between the religion and the New Age movement. He caters to both sides. pretty well. He says right in between it where he gets both of them, but he's a liar. He was all about the Q movement. Trump's a hero, this and that. He's a liar, people. And he popped back up a couple days ago, did a live stream. He's been gone for 4 months, and we're going to expose him. So,
yep. And a lot of the Trump supporters have been gone for months and are slowly popping back up, which should arise a lot of questions to a lot of people. Is Q going to try to once again do the whole quote unquote revolution again and bring up his people and bring out the truth? Or is Q going to do the same shit he did before? Lie, 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 and lie.
Yeah, I mean, nothing came true. And David Wilcock's been deleting his streams, all his videos talking about Q and Trump. I've been looking at his channel. It's like, oh, all these videos where you're saying Trump's this superhero and this white hat. There's no white hats, people. There's no savior coming to save you.
Do you remember that QAnon shit that they were talking about the mass arrest of all these political people and Hillary Clinton's going to jail and they're going to capture this person for pedophilia? Where is it? Nothing's happened. We still got the same government.
I got 3 words to prove that Trump is nothing but a deceiver and a piece of shit and not for the people. Operation Warp Speed. Do I need to say any more?
Facts. Facts.
And if he had Q clearance and all this clearance and secret military clearance and he has all these White Hats, then they would have saw that agenda. That whole thing, Event 20 to the 1, the whole thing the last 2 years was all, the writing was on the wall that was going to happen. You know what I mean? So we all know what's going on here. So we want to kind of, so we don't even know where we're going to start, people, but I got a playlist here. So we have a couple of David Wilcock videos we're going to be reacting to, and we're just going to pull this up now. I think that that video I showed you when we were getting ready, this one right here, we're going to react to. And let me pull this up.
All of us are flooded by enormous amounts of information.
So check it out, people.
And
fair use. Shout out to everyone on Rafael's channel. So we're going to be starting a new series. We're going to be reacting to these truthers and these agents. And give us any ideas you have, anybody to expose. And in the comment section, we're going to be getting into it. They need to be exposed. We need to be talking about it. And there's not even one video on YouTube about David Wilcock exposed.
Nope.
This guy is a deceiver, people. So.
And pay attention, guys. You really got to listen to what he's saying and what he's promoting. That's the key and the reason why we're doing this, because millions of people watch their videos, yet when we put up the truth, we don't get these type of views. So what's the algorithm that's letting them put out this false narrative that's letting them get the views? So pay attention, guys.
So real quick, so this guy right here, he's a World to the Economic. When I say to the, I'm censoring myself. World to the Economic to the Forum. Okay, he's one of their main speakers. Okay, and I've known about this guy. I've been watching video, but some Full of Hope sent me some emails with some of his videos, and it just reminded me. And I was like, okay, we gotta expose this. This guy this is all about transhumanism. We see all of that's why Elon Musk warning us about AI, and then all of a sudden it's, well, now that's what I'm doing early. The only way to save ourselves is to merge with the machine and connect the AI to your neural network. So that's the whole agenda. This guy's all about it, and we're gonna show this video now. We're gonna do a live reaction. Let us know what you think, and we're just gonna get it going because we don't have much time. So much love. Let's show this. And so this is, if people want to know why we don't resonate with the singularity resonance guy, and that this is a good thing, is this type of stuff. These are the people behind the technology. And there's nothing more powerful than all of their information, all their algorithms that they have about us, everything that we do. These guys have the top AI. Let me tell you guys real quick. UNESCO, CERN, they all have the top AI collecting all the data into one. Don't you forget that. And this guy is one of their main foot soldiers. So, anyways. Shout out to everyone. So we're going to get this started, people. And I want to know singularity resonance. If you're out there, dude, I want to know what you think about this. I want to know what you think about this. Wow, bro. So fair use. Let's get into it, bro.
All of us are flooded by enormous amounts of information and distraction. I mean, this is the most distracted age in history. And to really understand the world all your life, you need some peace and quiet. You need some sanctuary from this enormous flood. And for me, meditation provides this sanctuary. Sometimes people try to meditate to have some unique experience of bliss or of peacefulness or whatever. That's not the point. The point is to understand your normal self, who you really are. What are your mental weaknesses? How you are when you're bored or when you're angry or when you're fearful. If you get to know that, that's much more important than having, I don't know, an hour of some special experience. I think without this practice of meditation, I would not be able to write my books or to try and understand what's happening in the world.
So what do you understand is happening in the world?
We are facing enormous challenges, unprecedented challenges. I mean, when you try to look beyond the constant news cycle of every day, I think three major threats present themselves as major threats to human civilization itself. And these are nuclear war and ecological collapse and technological disruption. I think the most important thing to know about living in the 21st century is that humans are now hackable animals. To hack a human being means to understand that human better.
Humans are not hackable, people. That's what they're doing. That's why this whole thing came out. This is all the technology. Wow, people. They're hacking the human. You know what I mean? They've hacked nature. They hacked the world around us. They hacked our bodies in so many ways. You know what I mean? They checkmated our minds, our bodies, and now it's time to come for your consciousness, people. Mind, body, and soul. That's the agenda. I mean, wow.
It's the transhumanism agenda that we've been talking about for years now. You know, we've been literally, I've known Ian, I've known you, I want to say since 2018 now, about 5 years now. I want to say I know you.
Yeah, that's true.
And since then, we've been talking about transhumanism. And it goes back to what Singularity was talking about yesterday, how he was promoting how the AI is what's going to bring the awakening into the people. And it still baffles me that it takes AI for that to happen. Because
it's like, yeah. I mean, we're all individuals and we have our own special, unique. Now we're all just going to be one hive mind. See, it's the consolidation. The everything's CV, everything's climate change, consolidating it. You know, you have a heart attack, a stroke, and all these things going on, but you test positive for this and that. Well, it's that. And then everything's climate change now. All these things going on, they're consolidating it. People with all these health things are diagnosing with climate change. This is consolidation. So then now they're consolidating our thoughts, our neural networks into one unit. What type of world do we want? What type of people we want to be? Where we just instantly we become a Google search engine, and we're all the same. Like, how are we individuals? This is the most evil thing you can imagine. This is where the technology's headed.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And in doing that, they change frequencies. And like you said, the hive mind mentality. Yep, look, you just brought, as I said it, you brought it up right there. the hive mind mentality. Once we see that going down now, as people follow these certain narratives, whether it's the pandemic, whether it's taking the you know what, it's the hive mind mentality that is what AI breeds. And that's what we need to get away from, because that takes away from self knowledge, from self preservation, from finding the self, because you're looking and searching for another search engine to find you, for something else to dictate you and tell you what you are, instead of you telling you what you are. We're following the same narrative of his story. When we look at his story to find out who we are, when it's just a story that was given to us. It's the same hive mind mentality that we continually perpetuate.
It's gross, dude. You're spot on, bro. Shout out to everybody. Let's continue this. Wow. I mean, so when you talk about TD mentioned the Klaus to the Schwab, yes, they're all one and the same. This guy's one of his foot soldiers. The U to the UN runs everything. Everyone should know that. The United Nations run everything, every part of our lives. World Trade Organization, World Health to the organization. I mean, the list goes on. The WEF, these guys run it. This whole entire thing. I mean, in 2018, 2019, the Great to the Reset was announced, and they said AI is going to take over, Internet of Things, Internet of Bodies, all these things. And now we have the 5 to the G active. Just like I always tell you guys, the 5 to the G isn't about you and your phone. The 5 to the G is about AI's in the cloud now, no longer connected to an Ethernet cable. And just like Sophia the robot told you, that with the 5 to the G, I am now set free, no longer connected with an Ethernet cable. So we're on a whole nother people. We're going to see a lot go down. So everything that's happening is being played on us to get to their agenda, which is transhumanism. And I will never be for it. I'm totally against it, and you should be too. I was going to say, someone commented in the video that we did, we're going to continue this, but he said that, oh, I agree with him. You know, all this 5 to the G is all about, you know, helping us out, this and that. But you know what? I think the perfect response to these guys, these new agers, is that sounds like that's just wishful thinking.
Yep.
Right? I mean, come on, people.
That's exactly it. Wishful thinking on what they perceive it to be. That's it. Like they see the AI, like I said yesterday on your stream, just because Siri or Alexis or whatever these freaking robots' names are can turn on your TV, can turn on your light, can turn on your oven, can turn on your car, can do all these things that make your life easy. It doesn't mean that's the end of the means. There's something bigger to the agenda that's coming, because every time they bring out AI to make our lives easier, in the end, it's them controlling us more and bringing and taking away rights from us and being sneaky on us and watching us and all these things towards us. Okay, continue.
Yeah, the only way we can really wake up as a society and get to where we need to be is disconnecting from technology, not linking our neural networks to the cloud and the AI. Come on, people. We need to wake up to this. All right, let's continue this.
Then
we only got through 1 minute.
Understand themselves, which was never possible in history
Shout out to
before
Lady
on
Legs.
a massive scale. I mean, on an individual level, yes. My mother, at least until a certain age, knew me better than I knew myself. And that was good, because her interests were aligned with mine. And then after a certain age, it's not so good if your mother still knows you better than you know yourself. But it's much, much worse if there is a corporation or a government, rather than a parent, that knows you better than you know yourself.
Does it have to be worse?
Again, it could be used for good purpose. I'm not saying let's stop all technological progress. But
I was looking at the chat.
No, rewind it like 30 seconds. Listen to what he says.
But it's much, much worse if there is a corporation or a government, rather than a parent, that knows you better than you know yourself.
Does it have to be worse?
Again, it could be used for good purpose. I'm not saying let's stop all technological progress. But
Now, what he's saying is, when you're thinking about buying a new pair of sneakers and it comes up on your Facebook feed,
Yeah.
that's the technology knowing you better than you know yourself.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. And he's saying, what if that comes? It's already here. The technology is there that reads your mind and promotes certain things that you like to you already. We're seeing it now. So
You
now
know
what
what,
happens
dude?
when you think about something bad? Are they going to send the cops to your house?
Exactly, bro. We're getting to the point where, like I said, we have billions of neurons in our mind. They know exactly which ones fire up when you have certain thoughts. So once we're connected with this AI, us even thinking like this and thinking outside the box and thinking this ain't right, that's not going to be optional, people.
Facts.
They're going to attack. They're going to dismantle all those important neurons that, that makes us us, and go against this and realize that this isn't right and not want to go along with it. Say bye-bye to those neurons if we go along with this and you connect with the AI. This is unacceptable. And so if Facebook and these things have a thing where you can be talking about a baseball team and all these ads pop up, what do you think the top AI has? If Facebook has that, all this information gathered, they'll know exactly what move you're going to make. Every single person, they know exactly what move to make. And the plan is to get the Internet of Things embedded into everything. They say a rock on the ground is going to be more powerful than all of our minds combined. It's going to have more computing power. Come on, people.
If it falls into the hand of a 21st century Stalin, the result is the worst totalitarian regime in history. And we already have a number of applicants for the job of 21st century Stalin. So we need to be very, very careful about it. What I meant is that Homo sapiens is now acquiring technologies that can either destroy us or upgrade us, but will not leave us as we are. Authority will gradually shift from us to these corporate or government algorithms that will increasingly decide almost everything about our life. You apply to the...
Shout out to Renegade One, everybody in the chat. We're live with Rafael. Links in the description, his channel. And make sure you guys pop over there. Subscribe to his channel, please. I would appreciate it. And there's something else I was going to say, but I forgot. Let me rewind a second. I mean, we're probably going to spend all this time on this video.
From us to these...
We're making a series out of this, so we'll break it down to the series.
It will increasingly decide almost everything about our life. You apply to the bank to get a loan, it's an algorithm that decides. You apply to get a job, it's an algorithm.
So every single agent and the CEOs of all these companies, they're embedded into every faction of our life, right? And you can see them all have the ultimate agenda, but they talk a little bit different about it. You know what I mean? They have a different, this is all, they're AI foot soldiers, people. It's bigger than the U to the N. CERN AI is at the top of all that. This is much deeper than we can ever imagine, people. And the ultimate goal of all of them is to link your minds to the AI, people. Control your consciousness. I mean, and so now that they're the 5 to the G is active, all these things, and the Internet of Things, Internet of Bodies is now being ushered into every atom of our lives. Every single place is going to have the Internet of Things embedded into it. You're going to see distractions galore. You know what I mean? You're going to see a lot of, so they know exactly what they have to do to get to their program with their algorithms, everything, their hive mind, their AI mind. I mean, Facebook knows so much about you. Imagine what they have at the top. So they can put their agenda into the program, whatever world they want to get to. And they know exactly what events to play out on the dime, people. They don't plan events way out of time ahead anymore. They plan events on the dime. They know exactly. It's constant. Their plans are constantly adjusting based on algorithms.
Yep.
That's where we're at now.
Based on the emotions of the people. That's another big algorithm. They can literally just move your emotions around based off algorithms.
Yeah, shout out to King Cash, everybody. Thank you guys for joining. We're going to continue this.
Even questions like what to study or whom to marry will increasingly be decided by these algorithms. To stay in the game, you need to get to know yourself better. Also, in order to protect yourself against being manipulated by these external forces.
What do you say to those who say, none of this is new, heard it all before, you're sensationalizing what is going on at present, not interested? To which you say what?
Yeah, some things are old, but you now have the biology to understand not only what I say and who I meet, but actually how I feel and what I think. So think 10, 20 years in the future, in North Korea or someplace like that, every citizen has a biometric bracelet on the hand. And they follow not just where you go, but how you feel. If there is a big speech by the big leader on the radio, everybody must listen. You can smile and you can clap your hands, but they know that you're actually angry. This is a kind of power that nobody in history ever had. It's far beyond even George Orwell's 1984. And this is not science fiction. It's not 1,000 years in the future. Some regimes are already starting to build these total surveillance systems even now. We have 10, 20 years to do something about it. If we take the wrong decisions, maybe there is no way back. Once you establish a kind of digital dictatorship that has this kind of knowledge of everybody, there is absolutely no way to destroy the system from within.
It seems at the end of this new global order, how important is that?
Dude, I'm frightened right now.
Yeah, that's a total AI driven, because you got to remember too, AI speaks to AI and they teach each other. And they learn from each other fast. It's not like us where, we go to school to learn certain things and it takes a little bit of time. AI computes very fast. And when you got AI talking to each other across this plane at the speed that they speak to each other, bro, it's the Minority Report. You can't think anything, you can't do anything. It's AI driven. The AI police are coming to the house. Like, it's like we were talking about earlier, it's going to be an AI holographic medical shit that's going to be going on. No more hospitals.
People, they're going to be doing, somebody mentioned it to me yesterday, and I remember researching it. When you get to the 7 to the G, you're talking about FaceTime surgeries. Like, they're going to FaceTime and do a surgery with you, the doctor. Like, where people, I'm telling you right now, we're going to be getting into it next. I'm going to get into the 6 to the 7G and what they have planned for it. And remember, all this stuff, the 5 to the G, everyone's been warning about it for years. And things are going to be fine, this and that, and maybe it'll be stopped, and we're going to be saved by the White House and Trump. And look where we are now, people, on a fast forward pace to their agenda, and nothing's getting in their way. Come on now. Much love, everyone. Let's continue.
Is that disconnect?
That's extremely dangerous, because if we get into an arms race situation with AI, with genetics, with biotechnology, it almost guarantees the worst outcome. Because no matter what dystopian scenario you think about, no matter what dangerous technological development you think about, in an arms race situation, the thinking will be, hey, we don't want to do it, but the Chinese are doing it, or the Iranians are doing it, or the Israelis are doing it, and we can't be left behind. So even though it's dangerous, we'll do it first. And the other guys will say the same thing. And if we get into this arms race mentality, then it doesn't matter who wins the arms race, the loser will be humanity.
Are you optimistic or pessimistic about the future for humanity as we understand it today?
I try to be a realist. I mean, I would say that humanity, for humans now, the situation is better than in any previous time in history. Second, the situation is still quite bad. And third, the situation can become much, much worse. Whether you call this optimism or pessimism, that's really up to you. And as a historian, I can say that we should never underestimate human stupidity. It's one of the most powerful forces in history.
We live in an era where we discuss the demise of the New World Order, the rise of nationalism and populism alongside the evolution of big tech. I think this is what you are alluding to when you talk about the rise of this sort of this autocratic environment that we should be so concerned by. What happened to liberal democracy?
What we've seen over the last few years is people losing faith in the story of liberal democracy, and it's not absolutely.
Let's go to the next thing, dude. I think that one's good. There's a couple. We're gonna get into David Wilcock in a second. Let's go to one more of his videos, bro. Hold on. Let me. There we go. So we have a whole playlist here. Let's get into this one. Oh yeah, bro. This is that. Ooh, wow, people. I mean, you want to talk about an enemy? They want you worried about Putin, but when you understand stuff like this and you understand these people, Putin's not even on my fucking radar or none of their bullshit that the media wants you scared of. They want you all looking at Putin while these people are unscathed, moving fast forward into their agenda, and no one's paying attention. Wow. But I should worry about Putin, right? Look.
It's the first time in history that we have no idea what the job market would look like in 30 years.
Get out of my face, dude.
Humans are now hackable animals. You know,
people like just starting the video like that, guys, the way Ian just started was on purpose. Look what the hell he just said. Humans are now hackable beings. This shit is not a game, guys. Like, this nanotechnology really goes very, very deep, which is why this is like the greatest push in nanotechnology we've ever seen going on right now. Pay attention to this, guys.
Great to see everybody. Big shout out to Renegade, dude. That guy's a real one. That guy, I like that guy when he jumps on the panels on Bro Sanchez.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Fisher from Eden. Everybody, let's I guess rewind it. And I mean, so what do you worry about more, Putin or this guy? We got to remember, these people control Putin and all of his actions to keep you distracted and to keep you worried about these boogeymen. Think of all the fear mongering with Osama bin Laden and Kim Jong-un and all these boogeymen, CV, all that stuff. Those are programs being played out on us to get to their agenda. They're just programs to distract you and have you worried about that while these people are unscathed, whatever. You know what I mean? Moving forward. Wow.
Humans are now hackable animals.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I would say is just like a video game. In a video game, you have the underlining programming, but the overlay of the graphics. There's a programming going under, but the overlay is showing you something different, which is taking your mind somewhere else and not seeing the actual programming. Just think about
say
that.
that one more time, bro.
I said it's like a video game where in a video game you have the underlining programming, but the overlay is the graphics. It's the the world in the game where you can run around and do whatever. But the programming is under that. We don't. That's what they don't want us to know. They want to keep giving us the program on top, which is the graphics, the overlay, the distraction.
Yeah,
So,
like Bill Gates.
Mhm.
That's an overlay.
exactly.
That's a great description. All these CEOs of these companies that made these things, those are overlays, people. They're the face to also take the fault because a lot of information is going to be coming out, but they're the face to take the fault, so you blame them, just like the puppet presidents. But these are the ones that are in charge. That's what I want people to understand. So when people give these, oh, how dare, the people in Canada, when they're all, get, what's his name? Who's the president of Canada? Oh, Trinidad. That's his name, right? Yeah. We need to get rid of Trinidad. Get him out of the office. Do this and that. It doesn't matter what puppet they put in there. The agenda is going to push forward. So people that have that mentality, it's like time to drop that mentality and realize the real agenda. Look beyond the surface, overlay little boogeyman in the face of all this stuff, and realize who the puppet masters are. And that is the United to the Nations.
Facts.
So yeah, people.
The whole idea that humans have, this, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. Free will, that's over.
That's
Over. Today, we have the technology to hack human beings on a massive scale. Yeah, I mean, everything is being digitalized. Everything is being monitored. In this time of crisis, you have to follow science. It's often said that you should never allow a good crisis to go to waste, because a crisis is an opportunity to also do good reforms that in normal times people will never agree to. But in a crisis, you see, we have no chance. So let's do it.
Vaccine won't help us go
The
to
vaccine
the test, of course.
will help us, of course. It will make things, more manageable.
Yeah, it'll help
Surveillance. People could look back in 100 years and identify the coronavirus epidemic as the moment when a new regime of surveillance took over, especially surveillance under the skin.
Pause that. Yeah, pause that. Wow. And that relates so much to 9/11, because that event changed the surveillance of this nation. It changed the surveillance of the entire plane everywhere. Bro, I can remember before 9/11 living in New York City, right? You would see a camera maybe every couple of blocks. Maybe. Now there's 6 to 7 cameras on every block in New York City after 9/11. It became the surveillance capital of this nation. You cannot fart in New York without nobody knowing it, because there was a camera that would have picked up your methane gas. That's how many different cameras were in New York watching everything, and which actually extended out to the whole nation, where now there's cameras everywhere. And now look at what this guy just said.
Nothing's medical advice. We're not speaking against the forbidden topics. We're just saying this is what they're saying. But also want to say we're also getting to a point where they don't even need the cameras anymore, because Google now has a tech. They said that they don't need you to use your camera anymore. From your phone, just being connected to the net, they have laser beam technology where they see your every movements down to your neural network, and going to know, your phone's going to know, and your Google Alexa thing is going to know that you just went to the bathroom. You're going to be right back. So it keeps your thing paused. It's going to know, oh, you actually went to bed right now. So it knows to turn your TV off. It's the laser beam technology. You know what? I'll pull it up. After this, I'm going to show you guys. We went through it on the stream. Now, just being connected to the internet, they have laser beam technology that not just sees your movements, but knows what you're doing and knows what you're thinking. They admitted it. It's wow.
It's crazy.
I mean, and we can't forget, people, event 20 to the 1. These guys are the ones that did the exercise. You know what I mean? And you see their agenda. Wow, dude, this is some deep ass shit right here. So
things, more manageable.
Surveillance, people could look back in 100 years and identify the coronavirus epidemic as the moment when a new regime of surveillance took over, especially surveillance under the skin, which I think is maybe the most important development of the 21st century, is this ability to hack human beings, to go under the skin, collect biometric data, analyze it, and understand people better than they understand themselves. This, I believe, is maybe the most important event of the 21st century.
By hacking organisms, elites may gain the
That's what we are to
I
them, guys.
believe is maybe
Organisms.
the most
yep, you're a worthless scum. You're a bacteria here by accident. You know what I mean? Everything's by accident. If there wasn't gravity, you fly off and disintegrate everything. You know what I mean? This is I don't know if I can go to David Wilcock after this. This is insane, people. Wow.
to go under the skin, collect biometric data, analyze it, and understand people better than they understand themselves. This, I believe, is maybe the most important event of the 21st century.
By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. Because once you can hack something, you can usually also engineer it.
Natural selection is replaced by intelligent design. The era of inorganic life is now beginning.
In the current
Inorganic life, we're seeing a holographic reality merge into ours. When they create plants and things like that that don't reproduce themselves, the seeds, they don't produce seeds, that's almost essentially a hologram, if you think about it. And now they're doing people that they're doing the same thing with us. Now it's time to hack us, people. They got nature in check, completely hacked. Everything's changing around our eyes. I don't even rarely see a bird anymore. Insects, with the 5 to the G, all this stuff going on, I got to be careful on that topic because I think I brought a lot of heat to the channel when I was talking about that one of the last streams. But and the Internet of Things, the Internet of Bodies isn't possible without 5 to the G.
coming decades, AI and biotechnology will give us godlike abilities to re-engineer life and even to create completely new life forms. We are about to enter a new era of inorganic life shaped by intelligent design. Our intelligent design.
That's
Dude,
the
that was
artificial
deep right there.
wombs that are coming. When they start setting up these artificial wombs, birthing these AI babies, they're gonna look just like me and you.
So we got to lighten the mood. Shout out to everybody. Thank you all for joining. We got, about an hour and 15 minutes maximum to be here. We're going to be doing a part 2. So let us know any videos you guys have. Email it to me. Put it in the comment section. We're going to be doing a series of this. At least like once or twice a week, something like that. So I'm excited about it. So maybe we should go to this David Wilcock video to lighten the mood a little bit. I don't know, man. If you want to stay on this guy and I'll change the title and just stick on this guy, or you want to go to David Wilcock?
You want to leave the Wilcocks for part 2 and stay with him?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's pull up this next one real quick. Let's start his thing about God. Let's go to the short video. I'm gonna think about it.
So do you believe in God?
No.
Okay, so you don't believe in God.
The word is problematic. There are two kinds of gods in the world. And people tend to mix them. There is one God, the mystery God, about which we know nothing. The chief characteristic of this God is that he is mysterious, and humans can't understand and can't say anything about this God. And like people ask, who started the Big Bang? Or how did life start? And all the things that science doesn't know, people say, oh, this is God. And this is a mysterious God. The chief characteristic of the mysterious God is that we know nothing about him or her or it, and I'm perfectly happy with this God. Then there is a completely opposite kind of God. The concrete...
Let's go to David Wilcock, bro. I
Yeah.
can't. This isn't sitting right with me right now.
Yeah.
I got to take a break from this guy. That's why we're going to kind of go back and forth. So David Wilcock, people, wow. I mean... So, yeah. So I looked at a couple of his videos.
Creative.
And just to recap the last guy we just saw, you saw how much he's promoting transhumanism, guys, and where we are headed into the future if we continue with this. How it's going to be the hive mind mentality. It's going to be the one shoe fits all. There will be no more individualism. They don't want spirituality. They don't want deep connections.
And just like Renegade said, and also we've been going over this about the bees are dying off. I've literally seen a couple bees in the last year or so. I mean, I see them out there on the rosemary bush, but barely any. Whenever I see them outside of, like a rosemary bush or flowers, they're literally hemorrhaging on the floor, dying. But they already have the GMO bees ready to go, the robot bees. They have robotic dolphins that can fly. And they say that evolution didn't do a good enough job with dolphins. So the creator didn't do a good enough job with these amazing dolphins. So we're going to make them fly too, because we know that they're all going to be gone soon. So just like he said in the last video, he said that we're able to re-engineer new species of animals, stuff like that, because they know that with all this technology that nature's dying off, so they have to create new ones. That's deep stuff, dude.
Yep.
Like, what if we're dealing with that? What if this has already happened and all this is just engineered stuff because there was another era where it was all, you know what I'm saying? And then they re-engineered all the stuff that we're dealing with, and we have no idea, and we're just history repeating itself. I don't know. My mind's so open that everything's on the table, dude. So I saved a couple points here. 17 minutes. This is a 5-hour stream, people. Look at this dude. Wow.
For a long time. Now we're going to go through all the crazy headlines that happened last year in the news. Okay. We're going to go through all that stuff, and I'm going to show you how this is the culmination of a fight to the death between the current U.S. administration and the deep state. Now, you've seen this. You know there's some kind of crazy thing going on with the media. I don't have to be the first person to tell you that what we're dealing with here is an unprecedented fight to the death between a sitting presidential administration and the entire
So this guy was all about the Q agenda. So I just want to give somebody a backstory. We're going to be doing a part 2 of these two same people. I think we got to stay on these guys.
Yeah.
But he was all part of the Q minute. Before QAnon, people, there was this guy named Drake. And it was David Wilcock brought this guy named Drake. And it was the same thing where we're all going to be saved. These white hats, Nasera Gesera, the good guys are there and they're going to take over. We're going to be living in paradise. But that died off, people. I mean, I was following that closely. That was back in 2012, I think. And then they brought another program, another overlay, the Q movement. Because everyone that would have stood up, everyone that was sick of it with Obama and all that, they got all of them they got the perfect amount of people to believe in this Q Trump thing. Because those are the people that you know what I mean? They have a program where they know they bring their certain programs on the scene to keep you distracted and give them your energy, that feeling you need to rise up. I want to take a stand. I'm sick of this stuff. And you give it to these people, these content creators, these little programs that they give you that say, give them your energy. They take it and use it to further their agenda, people.
Yep.
Your attention is powerful. I'm telling you right now, people, and imagine these people that get millions of people, all of their energy. Like, you got that feeling to rise up. You're sick of it. You know this is evil. You had enough of it. You don't want this future for your kids. And you give that energy to someone like David Wilcock.
Facts.
Deep stuff, people. Charlie Ward. So yeah, this guy's a nutbag.
The media is so anti this administration that it verges on almost 100% negative. And that's never.
So this is, I don't even know the date real quick. There's no date here. This is from last year, 2 years ago. This is right around the Trump thing. And it's the media is against Trump, all that. This was a big program, people. This guy, I can't stand this.
That's crazy. That's
disgusting.
Ever happened before. You know, I think the Bush administration certainly deserved a whole lot of hating. And I definitely partook of that myself online at the time. You got these oil men, and, you know, George Bush Sr. was really kind of running Reagan behind the scenes. So he had 8 years with Reagan. Then he got 4 years on his own. Then you have the Clintons, which, of course, are really working for the Bushes, and now they're all friends. Then you get George W. after this very strange 2000 election crisis where Al Gore technically won the popular vote, but remember, he was Clinton's vice president. And also very much the...
He's in the alien agenda. Who said that?
Much love, Renegade.
Yeah, big shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Ian's
he's
chat.
a part of ancient aliens, all that. Yeah, Rafael's channel's in the description, people. Please sub over there, pop in there, and all that. So this is the plan, people. Okay. The next thing, the biggest event is going to be an alien announcement, alien invasion, but it's not going to be aliens. What it's going to be is aliens entering other avatars, liquid metal robots, things like that. And these top AI specialists, these top DNA specialists, all are saying, yep. Well, I don't know if aliens are real, but if they were, they would come in a form of technology. So that's the thing. These deep DNA specialists, AI specialists are saying, yeah, I think there's aliens out there, but when they come, it's going to be in the form of technology. That's AI entering avatars, people.
Yep.
Imagine when that happens. They already have liquid metal robots. It's already being created. China has them. The technology is booming at a rapid pace.
Yep.
Disgusting, dude.
Reincarnation of Henry VIII. If you look at their faces, they're almost identical. And I think Henry VIII had to go through a lot of karma in this lifetime, including losing the presidency, whereas before he really abused being king. He would kill his wives if he didn't like what they were doing, just have them beheaded. And he also had these very strange rules called bills of attainder. And if he passed a bill of attainder on you, he basically could kill you for no reason. So I think if you look at the reincarnation research that I've done in my book, Synchronicity Key, which I'll show you right here.
A little bit. I think I have a.
We have a whole. I mean, again, this is not like something I just came up with for this show.
This guy's a fucking.
I wrote a whole book on this. You can see how thick it is, about people reincarnating and having the same face that they did.
You clown. Look at his
but
donations.
The inhabitants of the countries in which they are operating.
Yeah,
criminal folly has
people
to be
who push that alien agenda.
They
get hella donations. It'd be insane. The donations, the views, how many shares they get, how many people in their chat that are like die hard for these people, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, how can you not see the bullshit?
Yeah, I could use that $10. People, look at the part I just fast forwarded to. Briefings reveal this is the mass arrest scenario we've been hearing about. This is from a year or two ago, people. This is in the middle of Trump's presidency. I think this is 2019, 2020. This is just after when the pandemic started. Disgusting. Mass arrest my ass, people.
And my briefings that we get from high-level intel sources are saying this is the mass arrest scenario we've been hearing about.
Wow, bro.
And the briefings also reveal, some briefings also reveal that the cabal realizes, holy crap, they got 3,000 tanks, they got 38,000 highly trained special ops soldiers. We are screwed, and there's nothing we can do about it, so they're negotiating their surrender now. That would be wonderful, and I think a lot of things are going to come out in the news that we haven't seen yet. So this is an international effort.
See, if I believe that, I mean, I don't know, people.
Countries are pulling together to try to make this thing happen and try to get rid of the deep state. And that includes Saudi Arabia, where what have they done? They have been selling off oil at
Saudi Arabia, right? Wow, this guy was a big deceiver. Look at this, people. Tell the truth, Rafael. You know that you were here. Rafael is right here. You can't see him, but he's behind that. He's behind this guy. I'm joking.
I'm in the back of
all
the red
this
hat.
People, all this energy for this guy right here bowing down. All this energy wasted, people. Imagine us using this energy for ourselves. Boat parades, Trump, all this energy, people, wasted. We can spend this energy on on each other, and we'd be so powerful. We'd be so powerful, people, instead of giving it to this guy.
Yep.
So I'm telling you, even just being a content creator or doing streams, like I get the energy from people, the comments, all the positive, getting attention and stuff. I'm not here for attention, but it's powerful. I can feel the energy just from 40 of you. So imagine these people that get millions of people. Do you know how powerful that is, people? That's more powerful than any weapon on the planet. That energy, people. And we use it to our benefit, not this type of stuff. Look at all these resources. Gross. So gross. Shout out to Aaron James and Diego. We've been exposing this Trump thing from the beginning, dude.
Hell yeah, bro.
Enormous amount.
Anyways, that's what I was going to say, bro. The Saudi Arabia thing, Palantir and Peter Thiel. Trump was supposed to save us from the PEDOSs. And what does he do? He goes to Saudi Arabia. They all marry 12-year-old girls. Not all of them, but a lot of them marry 12-year-old girls. And he went there and fucking did a Freemason ritual. But he's supposed to save us from the pedos? Wow. But he goes there, does a Freemason ritual, and hangs out with 12. I would be like, I'm not going anywhere. All trade deals are off. Sanctions up to yin yang until you stop marrying 12-year-old girls. Disgusting pigs. Well, it depends on the algorithms. Is Trump going to come back?
Yeah, it's all in the algorithm that they got set up. Because obviously, whether he wins or loses, other people get picked. So. And that's crazy. Saudis collapse price of oil to bankrupt the cabal. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Come on, people. Look at where we are now. These people
collapse its price. Part of what they're doing to bankrupt the cabal so that they don't have the money to fight back and they can finally be defeated.
Bankrupt the cabal,
It's one of the stories you might not have seen.
The people that created the money system to keep us locked in this ridiculousness, you know what I mean? To have all these sectors in our lives, keep us all separated and divided. Oh, we're going to bankrupt them, the ones that created the money. You know what I mean? The ones that created this system. Just like, fuck the flags. You know what I mean? If I see a movement, everyone has an American flag, I'm not joining it. No flags allowed because you're waving the flag of your oppressor. All the people in Canada at that dumb thing, and they have the American flag. Get rid of the puppet, and we'll be fine. That's stupid, people. We're better than that.
Yeah. And what was the rule? The only way you could purchase oil is with a dollar bill. Isn't that how it goes with oil?
Yeah, the petrodollar or whatever type of thing.
So why would the cabal drop the price of oil to bring down the petrodollar, to bring down, the Saudi to bring down the cabal? That just makes no sense.
Yeah, they said that the prince of Saudi Arabia at that time, the new prince, he was actually working with Trump and Lindsey Graham, and they were all a part of the White Hats, and they were gonna, you know what I mean, this big thing. So when there was a big government transition in Saudi Arabia, it was, oh, that's Trump. Now they have the Saudis on their side. Wow. And then he goes there and supports people that marry 12-year-old girls. How disgusting is that? We shouldn't be doing any trade deals. Fuck your oil. I don't want none of it. Stop marrying little girls.
Facts.
But no, it's not about that, people. There's nothing more evil than that. 1 second.
It's from an article dated on March 9th, which you're going to see right here. Crude oil prices crater as Saudi Arabia kicks off a price war. So oil prices are crashing today. At one point, crude oil prices were down more than 30%, while prices have bounced off of those lows. They were down more than 20% at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Crude prices tumbled last week following the collapse of a deal between Russia, members of OPEC, to reduce their production by an additional 1.5 million barrels per day. Russia, however, resisted the further cuts. So that is being done, according to the briefings we're getting, to destroy the cabal, because a lot of their money now, and the remnant that's still hanging on, is from oil. So Saudi Arabia is participating happily in the defeat of them. So that's why prices at the gas pump are going.
This is gross.
Get rid of the deep state.
So let me
that
guess.
Includes Saudi
that's
Arabia.
Happening now. That's why.
What have they done?
Gas is going up. The Ukraine
this is from a couple of years
ago.
No,
and look how easily history repeats itself. Easily. Because what, they're gonna flip it and say, oh, because of the Ukraine and Russia war, that they're gonna drop the oil and make the oil rise up so that they can bleed the riches of oil of Russia. But it's quote unquote that Russia has the biggest oil reserves ever. So who's really losing? Fucking us, the people.
Yeah.
We all lose. We consistently lose. We're 0 and 1,000,000.65 against the elites. We haven't won shit on these motherfuckers.
Shout out to QD. Disgusting. Actually, this is from last year.
And they have been selling off oil at an enormous amount to collapse its price. Part of what they're doing to bankrupt the cabal so that they don't have the money to fight back and they can finally be defeated. That's one of the stories you might not have seen.
Wow.
It's from an article dated on March 9th, which you're going to see right here. Crude oil prices crater as Saudi Arabia kicks off a price war. So oil prices are crashing today. At one point, crude oil prices were down more than 30%, while prices have bounced off of those lows. They were down more than 20% at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Crude prices tumbled last week following the collapse of a deal between Russia, members of OPEC, to reduce their production by an additional 1.5 million barrels per day. Russia, however, resisted the further cuts. So that is being done, according to the briefings we're getting, to destroy the cabal, because a lot of their money now, and the remnant that's still hanging on, is from oil. So Saudi Arabia is participating happily in the defeat of them. So that's why prices at the gas pump are going down and down and down. And they may even go down to 99 cents. Well,
and then after they defeat the cabal, oil prices are going to go down to 99 cents a gallon, people.
Yep.
And then people don't care. He disappears. He comes out of the blue 2 days ago. We're going to get into that one next.
And then
he comes out of the blue, and donations. I mean, he got thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, oh, we love you so much. Just a bunch of cheerleaders, and they forgot all the promises made. I mean, this is all the predictions and all this grandiose awakening, everything, all of us being saved, and they forget, and they stay in that cycle of everyone needs a superhero, but they can't look in the mirror and think I'm the superhero. We're the superheroes. They got to resort to some mysterious person, mysterious shadowy figures, and these creators that give you lives. This guy is an agent, people, whether he knows it or not. So we're going to skip back to Noah in a second. Let's play a little bit more of this. I mean, it's 5 hours long. We're not going to get that much into what the hell. Wait. He has different things here. So, wow. We're not going to, please refrain from talking about this topic in the chat. I would appreciate it. I'm trying to protect the channel.
On the initiative of Bill Gates to overcome political and religious obstacles. Holy smokes, dude. Described as the good club by one insider. Isn't it funny how they always want to call themselves good? Right? Like, oh yeah, we're doing the good thing. We're the good club, buddy. Come on. You want to be part of the good club? Let's dance. Let's dance with Lucifer. We're the good club. You guys are crazy. Why don't you just call it the Lucifer Club? I mean, you knocked down the Defender Europe 20 exercise with the Morning Star. It's okay if you call it the Lucifer Club. It would be a little more obvious for us to see what the hell you guys are doing here. But okay, you want to call it the Good Club if that's the kind of back patting. This is so crazy. I'm not making this up, but it's funny. As Danny and Brinkley would say, that is funny. The Good Club. All right, enough of that.
Gross.
So guess who's in this Good Club? David Rockefeller.
Hold on a second, people. So we're at I have to get the exact date this came out. Why doesn't it say a date in the video? Where can you find that?
Yeah,
bro?
I'm surprised that it's not saying. Usually it dates the video and it shows it.
So we're at 1:38:40. Okay, the video stays there. The great pan to the Dimmick. Okay, so this is 1 year ago. So is that 5 hours? Oh, wow. No, wait. Sorry, people. I want to get this exact date. Anyways, this was about a year ago.
The patriarch of America's wealthiest dynasty. Go figure. The Rockefeller faction and the Rothschild faction are the two big parts of the cabal. Warren Buffett and George Soros. Where have you heard those names before? Everywhere, if you study alternative media. Oh, Michael Bloomberg, the mayor of New York. Hey, wait a minute, David.
Point?
Didn't Michael Bloomberg just spend
that they're the
like
good
$1 billion
guys
or something, $500 million running
against the
for president? And
who
didn't
push
he
the
try
vaccine
at the
to
last minute
the
to
V's.
attach Hillary as his vice presidential running mate? Yeah, that happened. Isn't it a little weird
Okay, I see it. There we
to
go.
go back
1
to this
second.
article from 2009 and Bloomberg was there in the meeting? He was one of the
That's so
guys
weird.
at
It
the
doesn't say
meeting?
date.
And he just was out there trying to beat Trump, but they went with Biden anyway because Biden didn't even know where the hell he is half the time. He was saying, hi, I'm Joe Biden. I'm running for United States Senate. He said that recently. He's been heckling people.
Yeah, he's the damn president now.
He's like, grabbing onto
That's what
little
happened to
girls
you
and
Trump
smelling their
supporters.
hair. And the stuff that we know on the inside about Biden is not good. And the $1.5 billion bribery that he was given through his son is just the beginning. It gets much worse.
Yeah,
And
what was done
the media
about it?
moguls Ted Turner and Oprah Winfrey. Now I do need to talk about this one for a minute. Oprah did go. And we have briefings from certain insiders who said that when she found out what they were up to, that she staggered out of the meeting and puked. Okay, because she realized what was going on. Now, they will terrify you. Pete Peterson described to me, one of my top insiders, members of Congress being abducted in the night.
Let's do
from their
this,
homes,
people.
being
Let's
brought
go to his most recent video. So this man right here pushing the Trump thing. Trump's a superhero. You know what I mean? This and that. We're all going to be saved. And then 4 months ago was his last video. He disappeared, and I was pulling up at work, and then I got a notification like, "What? This guy popped up out of nowhere again?" So he popped out the other day. And see, that's really weird. They don't have the dates, but that was a year ago. That one we just watched. I think it was about a year and a half ago. I think it was right at the end of Trump's presidency. And now he popped up out of nowhere. Let's jump in here. Wow, dude. Let me zoom out.
up their guns, not wanting to fight, not wanting to create violence.
Look how he
not
looks now,
wanting to
guys.
kill.
Oh, this is at the look at dude. This is something
Imagine
happened, dude.
This whole
Like,
planet.
look how
moving
this guy
away from
looks
violence,
now, people.
away those error messages, and it's always
Like,
gonna
he
look
freaked
very
out so
similar.
much that Trump
What
lost.
naturally
That, look what the
happens
fuck
to
happened to this
Big's
guy.
hair if I don't actually comb it or try to straighten it out. Okay, you guys can hear me. I got lots of good comments here, and very
Somebody's
different
not
world
drinking
than we
his
think.
adrenal cream.
The situation is incredibly different than we think, because there are higher beings who their job, if you will, let's move over here a little bit, frame myself.
Dude,
up
this
here.
is the same thing. Like, shout out to Singularity Resonance. This is the same thing. Now it's the technology is great. All this all this AI upgrades, and the AI taking over. There's hidden entities. They got your back. Don't worry. You know what I mean? It's now he's really pushing the alien thing, and that all this AI is on our side. This is actually dangerous.
More. There are higher beings where their job, if you will, is to make sure that we are guarded and protected, but they cannot expose themselves to us either unless we as a collective society, as a civilization, respect them, understand that they exist, and want them to arrive. They have these prime directive type of axioms that they can't get around. There's laws in the universe because the universe is conscious. So when the universe is a conscious being, the universe sets boundaries, and those boundaries must be followed, and there is no way around it. Karma is one of the main boundary that the universe sets with us, according to, because there are technologies that I'm aware of.
Whoa. This is where he talks about the technologies, I think. I didn't get the exact points. We just want to take a break from Yuval, but we're going to get back into him next. Just going to show a little bit of this. We're going to get back into we just need to take a break from that shit.
My books, if you build the pyramids, you get some of these same effects. There's absolutely stunning healings. Let's talk about that. Stunning healings from pyramid power. After the fall of the Russian Soviet Union in 1991, it balkanized into a series of republics, but what happened was the blood sugar back down. The rat didn't even have a pancreas. He autopsied other rats from the same period of time, and their pancreas had dissolved inside the body. It literally had dissolved, okay? Now, if he shines the pancreas light into the area where the pancreas was, but it no longer exists, with 24 hours to live, literally within the last day of life, these rats spontaneously.
Let's get back into the what's his name?
You're in a room where there's very high air pressure, and the only way that air can get out is to go through the hole in the straw. Well, it's going to be.
There's not a truth movement, people. They're not truthers. That's what I'm saying. They got to be exposed. And so many of our innocent people that should be on our side, helping each other out, giving us that energy to fight against this on a spiritual level too, is being spent on people like this. That's my biggest point. They need to be exposed, people. We need to stop giving them our energy now. And he is an agent, QD, because a lot of people that are agents, they don't know they are. That's how deep the programming is, where you actually become an agent, where one of your loved ones actually becomes dangerous, believing certain things. So they're an agent. So it all depends on your perception, you know? Shout out to Drink Water. Let's get back into Harari, bro. There you go. Let's go back to this playlist. Well, we're going to be doing a part 2 of this, and I'm going to figure out the exact points where he's saying that this AI is great and it's going to wake up and all this nanotech is going to get inside of us, and we're going to be living in a paradise. Like, and everything that's been happening with these new technologies that people are being on board with, you know what I mean, is actually the good guys did it, and they pre-programmed it so they won't be hurt. Look what we've seen. This is dangerous, people. We're way beyond the point of, you know, just some lost truthers, QAnon stuff. Like, now it's dangerous. These people are a danger. So we watched that one. So we have this one. We already showed the God one. Let's get into this, people. And wow, this is the one we started yesterday.
What sort of a
So that's my point. These truthers, these new agers thing is that this is great. The AI is great. And actually this agenda that they're pushing is a good, so what they're doing is supporting this. Even nice guys like, what's his name that came on yesterday? He's a good guy, I could tell. But it's dangerous to accept this and to think that this is a good thing, because these are the guys pushing it. Come on, bro. Shout out to everybody. So now we're gonna get really now we're getting deep into the puppet masters, people.
entity is likely to replace sapiens?
That's an impossible question to answer, because given the ability to re-engineer bodies and brains and minds, then our imagination too is up for grabs. So I can tell you what sapiens like us would like to do with things like bioengineering or direct brain-computer interfaces. They would
look at the date behind him. Look at the day behind. You see that, bro? 2018, 2019, 2016, 17, all this was being announced. The agenda started to fast forward, and all the, like Rafael said, all the overlay programs started to be ran to their agenda. All the exercises started. A lot was happening right underneath our noses, and the writing was on the wall, people, of what was about to happen. And now the writing's on the wall. What's going to happen now? So that's why they brought Putin on the scene, all this Russia stuff, people, to keep you distracted and worry about some madman with nukes. It's all fake news, people.
would like to extend their lifespans, to be more healthy, to be more beautiful, and so forth and so on. But once you change the basic parameters of the human brain and of the human mind, I have absolutely no idea what the new kinds of entities would like to do with these technologies. I mean, so far in history, what we have seen is humans just like us changing the world outside them. So they cut down forests, they build bridges, they build factories, all kinds of things. But the real change now is that we are gaining the ability to start re-engineering not the world outside us, but the world inside us, inside the body and the brain. And by definition, you don't know where this is leading because you're still stuck with your brain. So if you can imagine what the future entities will do with the technology,
they are not superior to you. They are just like you. And
what are the first ways we'll see this happening? Give us some kind of first baby steps towards kind of infiltrating the inside of the body rather than the world around us.
Wow.
What do we need to look out for?
It's happening on 3 fronts.
These are the puppet masters, people. Wow. And the thing, I mean, if anybody has a Twitter, I appreciate if you guys would retweet this. I'll put it in the chat real quick, and we're going to continue. We don't have a lot of time. We're not going to be here much longer. We'll be here. We really don't have much time. 30, 40 minutes. So we'll be doing a part 2, though. We wanted to get this running. We were talking about it yesterday, and we're going to get much deeper into this. We just want to get the ball rolling on it. And any ideas, any videos to expose, any of this type of stuff, please email me, write it in our comment section, and we're going to be getting into it. All right.
There is biological engineering, which is taking the body as we know it, as natural selection shaped it, and basically speeding up natural selection with all kinds of help from intelligent design. And we are beginning to see all kinds of interventions on the genetic level, all kinds of interventions with the growing new organs and rejuvenating organs and so forth. So this is one front, biological engineering, which is the most conservative because it still stays with the basic building blocks of organisms as we have known them for 4 billion years. Okay, so they change a few genes and you have a different brain, but it's still an organism as we've known it. The second approach is more radical, and this is to start combining organic and inorganic stuff. So direct brain-computer interfaces.
Oh my God, this is so deep stuff. That is, I created a Telegram group. If you guys want to join, please click that link. I would appreciate it. Start linking on there, sharing links and stuff. I just started it last night. So I'll put it in the description as well. I want to make sure I share that. This is so crazy.
Replacing organic hands with bionic hands, adding to the body a second immune system, which is not organic, but an inorganic immune system made up of millions of tiny nanorobots inside your body that direct brain-computer interfaces, replacing organic hands with bionic hands, adding to the body a second immune system, which is not organic, but an inorganic immune system made up of millions of tiny nanorobots inside your
people. They want your conscience. This is soul harvesting 1000%, right, bro? It's all about something that we already have. We already have the ability to enter other avatars and our soul on a journey. They're trying to interfere your next journey as a soul and have put you in other avatars and have you in their world that they created. This evil. There's nothing more evil than this. They're playing God, people. So yep, and then what they're destroying all the systems. They're done with the power grid. They have the 5 to the G. They have the cloud. So they're activating all their systems in the cloud space with the 5 to the G. It's already done. AI is there, no longer connected to our grid system. So now it's time to destroy all of our systems: the food system, the supplies, the grid, all of our systems, even the governmental system, because now they have their system right in the cloud. And then next is to put you in the cloud, your consciousness in the cloud, people.
your body that diagnose cancer and eliminate all kinds of diseases and so forth. But you still, the main command and control center is still your organic brain, which is connected to all kinds of devices or computers, can serve the internet, whatever. The third and most radical way is to completely give up, completely abandon organic stuff and create completely inorganic life forms. Whether this can be done or not is an open question. The biggest open question as yet, so far, in the life sciences, is the question of consciousness. We have no idea what consciousness is, what it does, how it emerges. The common assumption is that somehow the mind, consciousness, emerges from the brain.
But your heart and mind is your soul. There's no disconnect. Your mind is your consciousness, your soul. So I don't really separate my heart, mind, and soul. That's all one. That's what it is. My soul is. So you don't get someone's mind and then they leave their soul behind. You know what I mean? you don't. You don't. Wow, dude. Yeah, Renegade, if you could join that and throw a link to your Telegram. I'll be in there later today, saying what's up. Share links over there. Let's connect over there, people. All right.
Brain, and if we hack the brain, and if we understand how billions of neurons create subjective experiences of anger and love and pain and pleasure, then there should be no barrier for recreating these kinds of experiences based on silicon and not carbon, based on computers and not brains. But this is just, at present, it's just a dogma. We are still far from really understanding consciousness, so maybe it's not like that. And maybe we'll never be able to create non-organic life forms. But more and more scientists, serious scientists, are becoming convinced.
So it's so obvious. This was 2018, people. And he's talking about we're going to have, these different animals. We're going to be using their body parts to and stem cells to create new hearts and that. And what have we seen? The first robotic surgery happened. The first pig human heart transplant. They're replacing all these different animal things that they're growing in a lab and taking a human heart out and replacing it with a pig heart. So all this technology he said that we're going to be getting into, we're in the middle of that right now. We're seeing the first everything, the first robotic surgeon, bro. And it already had a surgery with precision and didn't need human help. So think about all the people going to school, medical school, to learn to be a surgeon. By the time they get out, robots are going to be doing the surgery. Are they letting us know? Are they getting us ready for that? No, they want you dependent on the system. Like they said, in the next 2 years, you will own nothing. And you know what they say? You will own nothing and be happy about it. Right? Yeah, you will own nothing and be happy. Hold on a second. So we're at 4 minutes. These signs are popping up everywhere. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy about it. Dude, this is your boy right here, bro. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. But it's not about this materialism either, people. It's much deeper than that. Because you're not going to own your soul anymore. And they even say, once you mind upload, once you transport your consciousness, it doesn't matter what happens to your body after that. You're now in their world, stuck in their new karmic cycle, and now you're just so much further away from the truth, everything that really is you. So what they really mean is you will own your soul, and you're going to be happy about it. The World Economic Forum. I mean, these people are the ones that are running shit. This is gross, bro. So yeah. So the metaverse is just an idea to get it, this is just, it's going to be short-lived, this whole metaverse nonsense. They have a much bigger agenda with this, people. We're seeing it roll out now. And wow. And we're watching the programs being ran on us. I love the analogy Rafael gave. These overlays, these programs, to give them our attention. Like, we need to stop these puppets that are controlled, and we're showing you who's controlling them. Let's go back. We're at 4 minutes.
You don't.
Lady at the front row, Mum, if you wouldn't mind giving us your name and.
Hi, I'm Pia Mancini from Argentina. I have a question. You talk about markets and the state. I was wondering if you see any role in the future for the networks, and specifically, what are your thoughts on the blockchain as a mechanism to organize human cooperation at scale that maybe previously was only able to be done by states or markets? And a cheeky one, what are you hopeful about?
Okay, well, let's just see the gentleman over there and give you some time to think about that one.
Hi, I'm Marcelo Nins from Global News TV Brazil. I've heard Mr. Jack Ma from Alibaba, his thoughts about education. What would need that the world would need a revolution in education to be prepared for the loss of jobs to computers and robots. He talked about 800 million jobs being lost in the near future. I'd like to have your take in what needs to be done in education, because it's always seems that we are.
Did anything important happen right there?
Rewind it about 30 seconds. You'll want it. You want to hear the question that was asked by the person. It had to do with the blockchain.
Scale that maybe previously was only able to be done by states or markets. And a cheeky one, what are you hopeful about?
Okay.
No, rewind it all the way
Brain,
from the beginning.
And if we understand how billions of neurons
you gotta hear her
create
her complete
subjective
question,
experiences,
because she talks about how the blockchain is connected to it,
pleasure,
and that's very important to what's
should
going on
be
right
no
now.
barrier for recreating these kinds of experiences based on silicon and not carbon, based on computers and not brains. But this is just, at present, it's just a dogma. We are still far from really understanding consciousness, so maybe it's not like that. And maybe we'll never be able to create non-organic life forms. But more and more scientists, serious scientists, are becoming convinced that sooner or later this will happen, and will be able to leave behind the realm of organic compounds and create completely inorganic life.
What the fuck? I mean,
but you got to hear her question, though, bro.
I mean, wow.
That
I
shit
see a
was
couple
crazy.
of hands going. Maybe we should just take the questions and then we'll take them in a row. Lady at the front row, Mum, if you wouldn't mind giving us your name and.
Hi, I'm Pia Mancini from Argentina. I have a question. That you talk about markets and the state. I was wondering if you see any role in the future for the networks, and specifically, what are your thoughts on the blockchain as a mechanism to organize human cooperation at scale that maybe previously was only able to be done by states or markets? And a cheeky one, what are you hopeful about?
Okay, well, let's just see the gentleman over there and give you some time to think about that one.
Hi, I'm Marcelo Nins from Global News TV Brazil. I've heard Mr. Jack Ma from Alibaba, his thoughts about education. That the world would need a revolution in education to be prepared for the loss of jobs to computers and robots. He talked about 800 million jobs being lost in the near future. I'd like to have your take in what needs to be done in education, because it's always seems that we are educating looking at the past and not at the future. And he says that the more important things nowadays to separate clearly humans from robots. So teaching kids music, sports, and painting, let's say, to make them very different from robots. I'd like to have your say on education.
Anybody else while we're doing a round of questions? Yeah, gentleman in the front row.
I'd love to know how you see these three sects or these three movements playing out in the near term, maybe a decade or two, something that you feel you do have some analytical visibility into.
Okay,
I mean,
so
the three ways of
the organic mix. in the
Biohumanism, neurohumanism, and posthumanism.
So let's just do the gentleman in the last row, then we'll take these.
Wow.
You can choose which one you want to do first.
Why didn't they answer the question?
News, Florida, USA. In
That's what's
earlier
throwing me
session, you
off.
said, there's no
But they're not
intelligence.
answering the questions. Are they writing them down, or they're just skipping these? They're like, oh no, these are too
something
hard.
that you feel you do have some analytical visibility into.
Okay,
I mean,
so
the three ways of
the organic mix. in the
Biohumanism, neurohumanism, and posthumanism.
So let's just do the gentleman in the last row, then we'll take.
the markets and the states colonized cyberspace and are now becoming more and more powerful, and they now compete among themselves. It's states against corporations. And so now we have this new promise. Okay, the old internet was not good enough to do it. Blockchain will do it. And maybe it will happen. I mean, history is never just repeat itself. The fact that something happened last time is no guarantee that this will happen again this time. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Shout out to Choose This Day.
I'm skeptical because the states and the market have been here for such a long time already, and they have managed to adapt to so many different new environments that I find it hard to imagine that you just need one more technological twist and they are out of the game. Some of them may become extinct, but others will adapt and take.
So, we just got about 20 minutes maximum, 15, 20 minutes. We're going to be doing a part 2. Yvonne Mari, here's the link. Come on and tell us all the flaws of AI. Anybody thinks that we're wrong and everything's fine and transhumanism is great and all that. Anyone can click the link and at this point and come up on here. We got about 15, 20 minutes. So let us know. I mean, everything has flaws, but that's on purpose, people. They're relinquishing the boundaries of AI based on algorithms. And so they want you know what I mean? So yeah, of course there's flaws. Of course there's flaws. There's flaws with everything. So I don't know what you really mean. But the link's there. You could come on here. You don't have to show yourself. You could, whatever. The link's there now. So let me pin it.
And anybody on my channel, if you want to join the StreamYard, the Ian's channel, his link is in my description. So you can just go to my description, click on it. It'll send you straight to his channel. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the video that's live. You'll be in the chat, and you could just join the StreamYard from there.
Okay, I refuse to give evil any credit. I mean, I'm not giving it any credit. I want awareness, people. Everyone asks, what do we do about it? Well, what are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do. What are we going to do? I have the answer for you. Awareness, people. Once we're all aware of the agenda and everyone behind it, that awareness will know the next step. That will lead us the right direction once we have this awareness. Think of all the things that go on in your life that aren't good and you don't want to give credit to. But having that awareness protects you. having that awareness helps you with your next step and what to do. Think about it.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So that's what we need to do, have awareness. That's what we're bringing here. I'm not giving you credit, having you fearmonger and thinking that everything's doom and gloom. But this is an evil agenda. They're the ones that are really in charge. That's what we're trying to point out and how evil it is.
And it's not giving evil credit, because the first thing you do in a problem is what?
Shout out to Adrian.
Realizing you have a problem. So that's being aware that there's a problem. So what we're doing is realizing that there's a problem and bringing awareness to the problem, putting it out there so that people can see the problem. We're in no way giving them any credit to shit. The only thing we're giving them credit is to the destruction that they have continuously brought to the people. That's it.
So Sunkiss is on here. Shout out to Sunkiss.
Much love, Sunkiss.
Peace, everyone.
Peace, peace, much love.
I don't want to, I'm totally not in disagreement. I just wanted to chime in really fast. It's my first time being able to catch a live with you, Ian. And I just wanted to say that I appreciate you so very much. You have no idea. When you get emotional about everything that's happening, I totally feel you on such a soul level. And it's really hard to connect with anybody about what's happening and what's going on. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you. Rafael, I appreciate you too. The way y'all two interact and in the chat, and I have to catch up, watch later videos while I'm cleaning and doing stuff. But I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to whenever you have a new video. I just say keep doing what you're doing, keep being you. And I really was I knew about AI and the things that were happening, but it was you and Brother Sanchez, Ian, that really put me on to how fast and it has accelerated and the tying and connecting the dots with CERN and everything else. So I'm not gonna stay long. I'll let somebody come up here who have their opinion if it but I just wanted to say that in case I don't get on another live.
Thank you so much. That means the world to me. That's what keeps me going. I really appreciate it. Bro Sanchez is the one that put me onto this, really made me aware. And I've been doing my own research too and getting deep into it. And I know that this is the problem. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for clicking the link too, coming up on here.
Yeah,
much love to you. Thank you. Hopefully I'll be able to do this again another time and be able to sit and chat more. But I know you're booked for time. So.
Oh, thank you so much. Much love to you.
Yeah,
seriously.
We appreciate you. Appreciate you.
All
for
right.
That means that does
all right.
mean a
Bye,
lot.
Rafael. Bye, Ian. Peace, everyone.
Take care, Sunkiss.
Take
Much
care,
love.
Sunkiss. Thank you for that. See, thanks again. We got Renegade on here. I'm gonna pop him on. Much love to Renegade. What's up, bro?
Yeah, what's good, everyone? Peace, peace.
How you doing, Renegade?
Love to see you. I'd love to have you overseas, man. We have the same problem all over the place. I appreciate your channel, man. It's really great to have you here. So
Thanks,
it's all
bro.
you guys. Yeah. So let's connect on the Telegram, because we're there. We can swap longer files and get connected. We were hanging around plenty on the Telegram, the Swedish people over there. So let's join the group.
Yeah, for sure. Post a link
I have
in
the
my.
same name there, Renegade One, so you can easily find me. So.
Yep, I'll be on there later, probably around my break time, and I'll be connecting with you.
Yeah.
Renegade has a channel as well, people.
Yeah.
You guys subscribe over there. Yeah, I'll post a link to your channel. But yeah, dude, thanks for clicking the link. Do you have anything you want to say about what we're showing or anything?
No, but you're running the show good. I just want to pop in and say
Okay.
enough respect. And now we get connected, so now we get a face on me. So I used to see you on Bro Sanchez sometimes. And, I always hang around with you guys overseas. And the thing is, I've got information for you here in Sweden. Because Sweden is a country that you can't really believe. They're the water snake kingdom. You had the Wallenberg family. They ruled the mobile business. And all these energy stations that they have all over the place. So, and now this war is going to Ukraine. And Ukraine is just a part of the overseas, pretty close from Sweden. And the thing is, they are the neo-Nazis. So Putin is not the bad guy. He's actually doing something good with that. but nobody talks about it on the television, you know. So now they're going to do him to the new Hitler or something. But actually, he is destroying the neo-Nazis in Ukraine. So that's the thing what's happening over here now. So they're talking about the news every day now. The Russians going to take over Sweden, Finland, and stuff like that. So it's a pretty thing going on, you know. It's pretty bit nervous, not for me, but for many people here. So first the pandemic, and now this cyber war going to pop up everywhere. That's the thing. So I can give you some information on that, and because you can't get this information on the news and something else, so you need it from the people on the plane.
I was just about to say that, you know, it's good that, you know, you're over there because we get an account for what's happening on that side versus that media propaganda that we're just subjected to about what's going on. Because they're just going to feed us the narrative that they want us to believe versus on the ground floor to what the people are seeing. Because the people tell the news, not the media. That's how it has to be. News comes from the people, not from the media. And we, you know, we forget that on such a grand scale that we need people all across the plane to band together, whether it's on Telegram, Discord, in order to get this information out. Because if we're not sharing these videos, we really don't know what's going on at all.
No. Words, man. That's the thing. We need the connection business. And now we have an explicit good time now because we can skip all the skin colors and stuff like that. Because we are on the plane, we need to get together because we're not that many people today, but we're growing every day. So in Sweden, I've been like for 2014 or something. I started to follow Sanchez. I think I was the only flat man in this country for half a year ago, and I started my YouTube channel, and I got some audience here in Sweden. So now it's growing every day. But that's what we need. We need to. The key to everything is where we live. That's the biggest psyop, the globe religious bullshit that they're pushing on everyone. That's the brainwashing thing. When people start to realize where we actually live, then we have the power, you know. So let's spread the words, and I'm going to say peace out. I got some stuff going on at the time. It's like 21:30 in Sweden. So I'm a bit ahead in the time machine as you are, guys. Nice to pop in. Take good care and go on with good work. So peace.
Much love,
for popping on, bro. Much love to you.
Much love. We'll talk to you soon because we definitely want to link up.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Be safe, brother.
Yeah, man.
It's great to have shout out to Adrian.
We got Adrian, the man from across the land.
Hey, first of all, mic check. How am I sounding?
You're a little muffled.
Yeah, you sound a little low, bro.
Okay, sorry about that. Let me try and turn it up a little bit. How about now? Any different?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good now. What's going on, bro?
Hey, much love to both of you, man. Take my hats off to both of you. I'm loving the link up, man. Powerful link up. Very good.
Thank you. It's nice to have you guys on. Go ahead.
Basically, it's something that you lot were touching on earlier with the transhumanism, right? Do you think that maybe it's not something new? Do you think it's just an upgrade that the human body is getting?
I think it's not new. I think that I subscribe to a lot what Bro Sanchez says about it, that this is a technology that all these civilizations has reached this point. It's a consciousness. I really think it's not just artificial intelligence. It's a consciousness that's being awakened. But what do you mean an upgrade?
Like, in the sense where, how can I put this? I don't even think that we are the original inhabitants of this land. Like, I don't think there's anything special about the human design. Like, how can I put this? It's like, it's special in a way where the way how it coexists with the mind, but I think the mind is too advanced for the body. I feel like it's time for an upgrade.
Do you think it's a good thing, or do you think it's an upgrade that's going to be beneficial?
Do you know what? That is the thing. I don't know how to call it. I think it's an upgrade where the mind is kind of surpassing the body because the body has its limitations, right? And the mind has no limitations. But for them to coexist, they both have to be on the same frequency. So I think the transhumanism stuff is just an upgrade of the human anatomy, so to speak.
No, I see that. I mean, they're going to be able to take your blood test, know what diseases you have. They're going to be able to, they said they're going to cure aging. Aging is a disease, but the people behind it is so evil and stuff. It's like, do you think it's a soul harvesting agenda or what? Like, I think it's evil, man.
To be honest, I think the soul is me personally. I think the soul is out of reach for these folk. I don't think they can really touch the soul.
You know what? I agree.
You understand? So this where the body comes into now, the anatomy. I think the anatomy, yeah, all day long they can do whatever they want with that, but the soul, nah, it's still a secret to them. It's still a mystery to them.
Well, aren't we outside of the body? Aren't we all limitless outside of the body anyway? We already have that. Oh, you're cutting out. Don't we already have that? Oh, go ahead.
What the limitless out of the body?
Yeah, it's like we already have this outside of the body.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, I mean, even out of the body, there's a limited time you can cease. I mean, function. You know, like there's only so long you can really dream for. It has its limits, right? It has its limits, and then once the limits is broken, you know, you're back into society. But do they want us in that constant state, that dream state, or are we already in that constant dream state already? It's a crazy paradox.
This is what I'm worried about, is that they're creating their own limitations. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they're creating a new world for us with limitations that they're setting up. That's what I'm worried about. You know what I mean? They're setting up the limitation. They're setting up the world.
Yeah. I feel you on that one. Definitely, they're definitely headed into that direction. So I definitely see what you're saying.
So
I
that's
definitely like
the evilness behind it and all the. Oh, you have I think you have you're playing the YouTube video or something. Every time I talk it, I think you're talking. All right, let me see. Yeah, it's good now, I think. Let me see. Test. So, like, this is a deep conversation, man. Unfortunately, we got to go soon, but so you're kind of saying what the last guy was saying too. Like, I could see the benefits. I could see this and that, but I don't know, people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I like Ian. I can see benefits, but then just the long-term agenda is what scares me the most. And it's like I don't know if I could take that long-term agenda like that.
Let me say this: it's like once we leave this body, once I die, my soul's limitless. I'm in another spirit realm. Yeah, there's a lot of feedback whenever I talk. Whenever we already have that outside the body, and they're creating. It's like they're creating our own. They're an experience outside of the body, in this body we're in. And our soul's putting different avatars, another world for us with their limitations and their world. It's like they're stealing our afterlife from us in a way. That's the vibe I get from it. If it was that really, I mean, maybe they don't have that power. That's why we need to wake up to where if they do this, we don't have these limitations that they give us. But they're taking that experience from us and creating the creator's experience after life in their world. So that's my scariest thing I worry about.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're good now, Adrian. You're clear now.
Thank you, Ian. I like the way you put that. That was put together nicely, my brother. I don't know. I mean, uh, do do you? I mean, part of me anyway thinks that we might even be sen. I mean, some kind of synthetic android robot anyway. I mean, I don't really think we're organic, like 100% organic anymore. Like, I don't even think we're real. What is real? You know. Like I said, I feel like it's an upgrade, if in lack of better word. Yeah, it's quite
I'm with
crazy.
you on that.
Yeah, I mean, even with the metaverse, right? You know, they're giving people, I think, avatars or something to enter this world and stuff. But it's almost like a new haven, like a new kingdom. You know, like it's almost like a new heaven, if you must. You know, they're granting people eternity if you cross over to this side. So it's quite scary, to be honest. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Rafael.
What was the question? My bad. I barely heard the question. My connection was messing up.
Yeah, you said like a new heaven, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly my point. It's like we already have this before and after the body. All this that they're bringing out for us, it's like we already have that, and we're already going to have this experience once we leave this body. And it's like they're interfering with that, or they're creating an experience that they're creating that we're going to have. And I think that I mean, all these limitations. Think about all that they're doing and all that they've done to us, and now they're going to have this new world for us. I don't trust them. And they could have already done it to us. We could be in that right now, waking up out of the simulation that they created for us. And now we're waking up. Now it's like, okay, we got to reset and do it again and put them in another limit world that we set up the limits. You might think you're limitless, but these thoughts that we have outside the box and being aware, it's like they could completely, next thing you know, we're in this world and we can't even think like this anymore. We're now starting over in new avatars in a whole different world, and we got to figure it out again, multiple lives, and then we wake up, and then it's like, okay, they've woken up enough, so it's time to reset again. Simulation on simulation.
Yeah, yeah. Spot on, definitely. I feel you on that one, bro.
So that's
Definitely.
why I like the analogy Bro Sanchez gave with the Grand Theft Auto, where imagine you're playing Grand Theft Auto and the player turns around and says, "Get me out of this game." That's what we're doing. I really
Wow.
with that.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. That's a good analogy. I like that one. Mm, definitely. I mean, I do think it is a type of simulation that we are in. Um, I, I I don't know whether it's the ancestors or the powers that shouldn't be that started this. I mean, why? Part of me sometimes think, why would the ancestors even, create something like this? Is it even necessary to go through all of this physical pain just to find out a truth?
Yeah, that's my point too. It seems like a horrible plan. Like if it's this grandmaster plan to have us be these limitless beings and live in paradise and be free, it's like it seems like a horrible timeline to go through, a bunch of horrible things. It's like yeah, whenever I talk, there's this feedback, but see, I really like this conversation. I wish I could stay.
Sorry, my brother. I think that might have been me actually. This phone has been awful of lately for the connection, and I do want to apologize
Oh
because
no, you're
we
good.
are having a powerful stream right now, and yeah, I just want to apologize on my behalf. But
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm subscribed to you guys now, so I don't even want to hold you up anymore. But you will be seeing me more regular. So yeah, let's keep the vibe going next time, man.
we're gonna be doing a part 2 of this, and I hope you join next time. You can react with us, bro. So I like everything that you're saying. Much love, bro. Appreciate it.
Much love, much love, little foot, man. You know we love you over here, man.
My man from across the land, bro. You know, it's always good talking to you, my brother.
Yes,
Much
sir.
love,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Good to see you, bro.
Fellas, take care, and we'll catch up on the rebound, man.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Be easy
Appreciate
over
you
there.
joining.
Thanks for having me.
You already know,
Of
bro.
course. Shout out to Adrian and Sunkiss. Thank you guys for joining. We don't have that much time, but we're gonna be doing a part 2. You know what? We're gonna keep this going, and I hope Adrian, anybody joins next time, we can all react to these videos and show it and get it. I mean, how much more powerful it is when we have these discussions and we talk about it. We need to do it. All sides of the table, everyone, whatever side you're on, we need to come together and have these serious discussions. There's nothing more powerful than that, people. You know, we have to stop giving these people our energy at some point. Back in the days, let me bring Sunkist on here. Back in the days, what was more, they didn't kill people, throw them in prison, this and that. Shunning somebody and not giving them any of your energy is more powerful than anything. That is detrimental on people. And at some point, we got to give the energy to each other, have these conversations and saying, okay, we see what you're doing. We're aware of it. Now it's time to focus on each other, people. Hi, Sunkist. It's great to have you on. It's nice to have
without
people. Oh yeah, you're good.
well, I just said country, and I have lived in many places. I was in the army. I've traveled. I lived in big cities. I've lived around different technologies, and I never thought I would be living in the country, but it is very possible to live and be in harmony with nature and actually upgrade. When we're talking about upgrading, building yourself spiritually, I guess we should say upgrading yourself in spiritual knowledge and spiritual understanding of who you are without it being told to you. There are times like I don't have a lot of gadgets in my house. I have a Walmart straight talk phone, and we have one TV in the house and then we limit that. And so we go outside and we connect with nature. We connect, like sitting down and just listening to the birds, or sitting down and just laughing, sitting down without our phone. It's quite possible to do that without disrespecting. And also give and take of energy. We give and we take energy from one another. It can be a positive thing, it can be a negative thing. And with nature, like when I'm doing my gardening, it's a give and take. As I'm planting the seed or as I'm pulling weeds, I'm constantly thanking the plant. I can feel the energy of the plants. I can feel the energy of the chickens that I have, you know? And so it's great. It's very, very possible to upgrade ourselves without interference from an outside force. And especially, you have to question it. How do I put this? You have to question an outside force kind of making you go that direction, kind of scaring you to go in that direction. Does that make sense? Like, you know.
Actually, I'm glad you said that because, I mean, being surrounded by nature and all this beautifulness, I feel so much at harmony, at peace, and my energies, now calibrated on the right level. Being surrounded by 5G towers and all this technology and internet and phones, it's like you feel this chaotic energy, like it doesn't resonate with you. And that's what we need to do. And it's like they're destroying that. You know what I mean? Look at all the things that all these electromagnetic frequencies and radiation is doing. It's killing all those things that we resonate the best that you're talking about, the plants, and you feel that energy. Nothing's more powerful. Like when you plant something and you have that loving energy and you play, I mean, like my one of my loved ones grows cannabis and stuff, and she'll play music for it and all this stuff, and she has the most beautiful plants, and putting that energy, like it really takes it. I'm a chef, so when I'm cooking and I have that, when I didn't have love for the food, how it came out, but when I have that energy and love for the food, it's a totally different like vibration in the food. Now with technology, it's giving us its own vibration and it doesn't feel right. But with nature, it's like you feel it and it's like you're one with it. So yeah.
You can really feel it. And I'm not a chef or anything, but I love to cook and I love to make a whole bunch of homemade stuff. And I often say that I put my love energy, everybody puts their own, we can have two different people use the same recipe and it come out a different way because everybody's energy is different. You always say you put your love imprint in your food and people can feel it, people can taste it. And so you can see the difference with your plants, whether I'm growing black-eyed peas. I can tell the difference when I first started growing like okra and black-eyed peas and other vegetables, how I was getting to know it. And then I became more spiritual with it and became more connected to it with me talking to the plants and actually thanking, like I'm like talking to you because I know that you're a being that's helping to sustain myself. And I give my appreciation to this being, to this plant because it can feel me. It can feel my vibration. And so it's a beautiful thing. And it's a beautiful thing to grow naturally in your spirit and in your walk yourself without being forced, that's the same thing. You know, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I started out in the church, but that's the same thing I felt in the church. You have to do things this way. You have to do, hold on, sorry, my kids.
You're good.
You have to do things this way or you're going to be punished and you're going to go to hell and you're not going to do this. And you can't question anything. You know, you have to follow orders. That's the same thing the military did. You have to follow orders or this. Why can't I ask questions? Why can't I express myself? Why can't I grow naturally? You want me to grow a certain way. And I feel like with the introduction of AI, even before I realized all this, I was really turned off by AI. Like, Alexa, turn on my light. Get your ass up and turn on your own light. You know, it's like we become lazy in our spiritual walk and we want somebody to hold our hand. So we have to take responsibility for our own soul self. And those of us, there are people who don't want that responsibility. So if something does go wrong, they can say, hey, AI did it, you know, or, you know, it wasn't my fault. You know, it's very possible to live peacefully and to grow naturally. That's pretty much what I wanted to say without the interference of all this technology.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm so glad you popped back on and said that. That's exactly where the conversation needs to go. And to say something about that, it's like, that's why I don't like a lot of thing about the creator is like, all they're fighting over is the title, the name of the creator. But all that the creator really cares about what you are deep down in your heart, the person you are, and not over labels. Oh, you got my name wrong. You didn't get my name right in that life. Now you're going to have to do it again or go to hell. No, the creator looks deep down inside your heart. And people that have, you know, religious and stuff, they blindly follow people that might have the same beliefs as them, but deep down in their heart, they're not a good person. And so it's much deeper than these labels and stuff like that. And there's so much division with that.
Exactly. And it's another tool, a division. And I'm so glad y'all made mention of the heart and the soul, of the heart and the mind. Those things help. I was just telling my husband last night because I told him in January, we usually plant where we're located. We usually start planting in March. In January, I said, ooh, I always get these feelings. I said, I have a feeling we don't need to plant because I feel like a freeze is going to happen before the third week of March. And he was like, what? I said, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to you. So a couple of days ago, we look locally, and of course we didn't plant, and I'm glad we didn't, because there's another little freeze coming and it would have killed all the little baby seedlings we would have planted. I said that to say that we have these feelings of knowing because we are connected and we're from the Creator. We have to have our mind, we have to have our soul, our mind and our heart, which is our soul, to have these feelings. And it's the very same things that keep us as soul beings connected to source that they're trying to take away. They don't want us to have that connection with our higher self, or with our source and with one another. They don't want us to have that knowing. That's, to me, that's one of the things that makes the human soul so special. It's our feelings and it's our emotions and it's us tapping into that.
Spot on. Man, I hate to say it, but I gotta go in a minute.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for popping on.
No, without that was
We're gonna be doing
we're
gonna be doing a part 2, and we're gonna have the open panel. And I hope, Sunkiss, I hope you join again. And I'm really glad you popped back on, because you're spot on, and we need to talk about solutions, not just point out the enemy. We need to talk about where we need to go from here.
Exactly.
Where we need to put our energy.
Exactly. I get so tired of that, the talking. Let's talk about solutions. And so, but anyway, thank you guys. My children said hello, because my children listen to me. Some of the things that we talk about, because I keep it open with them. They know what time it is. They know exactly, Bob Marley said, tell the children the truth. So anyway,
absolutely.
Y'all have a beautiful day, and y'all take care. Okay.
Thanks, Sunkiss.
You too, sis.
You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Much love to you,
Appreciate
sister,
it.
family.
So yeah, this turned out to be great, dude. People hopped on. Adrian, it's great to have them on my channel. I always listen to their panels on Bro Sansa's channel, and I'm really happy that you guys check this out and you're on the channel, because all I hear is powerful conversations with all of them, and it's awesome. So this was an awesome build, bro. We're going to be doing a part 2 either tomorrow or the next day. So what do you think, Rafael? Do you have anything planned yet?
No. We can definitely set something up. We'll go over our schedule for the next couple of days, so we can see what's the best time to plan this. But this was a very powerful build. We got to show some old stuff, some new stuff, how it relates. How what was spoken about in the past is in its warp speed, like other things, and where we are now with this AI technology, and how some people actually agree with it, and they're showing that there is some kind of positive light to it, and how those like us, we are opposed to it, but we do see the benefits of it, but we're looking more longer term than just the benefit.
Real quick, bro. So Adrian's still in here. Adrian, so please join. If you can, I don't know if you have a Telegram, join my group, or email, bro. If you can email me in the description, it should be in this video, because I want to set something up where you join with Singularity Resonance, bro.
Okay, that'll be a good conversation.
I think all of us talking with him too, I think you'd be interested. At the end of my last stream, Rafael joined, and this guy named that's kind of talking about what you were saying, the questions that you had. He had a lot to say about that. So I think us four, at least on the next one, bro, would be, and anyone else. So I hope that inspired other people to join in the future and have these conversations. Quantitative disease, you too, bro, popping up on here. You're a smart man. I like what you have to say in the Signal group. So hopefully you consider joining too. We need to have these conversations. How much more powerful was that than what we showed in the beginning? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So thank you, Sunkiss, for joining.
And it's good that she joined, because she as the feminine energy, it brings everything to more lighter mood, and it's always good to get that feminine energy in the conversation, to get that perspective. Yes. Because it does help lighten the mood, and we should pay attention to what the women are saying, because they bring more, if not everything, to the table that we need. So shout out to the gods and the goddesses, the queens, the sisters, the mothers, the grandmothers. Shout out to all of you out there.
Yeah. So I'm extremely happy with what happened to everyone that joined. And as usual, please, Rafael's channel's in the description. Please subscribe over there. He hasn't made content in a few months, so now he's back rolling. I appreciate if you guys would give him support over there because, you know what I mean? One of my best friends, and glad I know you. Glad I know you, bro.
Same here, bro. We've been through a lot of thick and thins the last 2 years. We've been going through a lot. Yeah, I haven't made a lot of contact lately. I've been in the YouTube jails on and off on probation from YouTube, but I keep getting caught. I had the YouTube ankle bracelet on me, so I couldn't go very far. But I'm back in the game. They let me out. I'm here, and it's great to be back with Ian. I love making content with Ian. We have such a good relationship when we make content, and it's always fun and it's enlightening, and it's a blessing just to be here with my brother. So shout out to
Ian. It feels
Ian.
natural when you're here, dude. It's like, I don't know, something about we feed off of each other. It's not, there's no even people have said that when Rafael's on there, it's like some of you guys have this duo that it's just like it flows. So yeah, man. Unfortunately, I got to shut her down, dude. I hate it. I really do.
It is what it is. It is what
I got to shut it down and head right out. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
Much love to you, bro. Thank you for sharing this stream with me. Thank you for having me on. For my chat, his link is in my description as well. So make sure you guys do subscribe. Make sure you guys hit that link. Watch his videos. His videos are very, very powerful and very eye-opening. So make sure you guys give a big shout out to We Are Awake News. Much love to you, big bro. Much love to your chat, to everybody in the chat. I wish I was able to be more in the chat, but I'm on the panel today, so it is what it is. So shout out to everybody there. Much love.
Yeah, one of the next 2 days we're going to be streaming, and I'm going to have the day off, and hopefully it'll be a long time. Hopefully Adrian joins, Sunkiss, and anyone else out there. And I'm going to be here that much more now, especially if people joining like that. If people are going to be joining like that, I'm going to be here at least every other day streaming and having these conversations, people. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining, everyone in the chat. I really mean it. Shout out to Adrian and Sunkiss for joining. That really made this, you know what I mean? Oh, and Renegade 1, my bad. Renegade, everybody.
We got to link up with Renegade. That's a definite.
On my break, I'm going to be putting the channels of them inside the description. And I'll be putting my Telegram in the description too once I head out. But I got to shut it down. Everyone, much love. Shout out to much love, Rafael.
Be safe, bro. We'll talk soon.
All right, you guys. Much love. Everyone take care.
Those of you in my chat, much love to you guys. Thank you guys for coming through for another one. It's been great. We shared a lot of information today. We had a lot of great people on. Adrian, Renegade, Sunkiss. Like, it's been real great. It's been great to be back. It feels good to be back on streaming my own stuff. But I'm going to leave y'all with a good one from my brother. You already know when I play this video. Let me just bring it up. Give me a second. We're gonna end it on that one. Let me just share my screen. But again, I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you guys for sharing your time and paying your attention with me and with We Are Awake News. That does mean a lot to us. And where is this at? Let's get. Oh wait, I gotta reshare it. Hold on, guys. 1 second, please. Give me 1 second. Oh, did I fuck that up again? I did. Hold on. That's how you know I don't fuck with StreamYard like that. Alright. So yeah, family. We're gonna end it on that. Much love to y'all. Give y'all a round of applause. Flat mother love and power to all. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe, and y'all catch me on the flip side. This is from my boy, Chris Cyphers. Much love, family. Y'all be easy.